Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, this is the world away. Now, we're on this stage of the Build the Delorean from Eaglemoss where I'm putting the EL rope wire into the back. Now, I'd already done this on the front one and all of you guys are up in arms saying, what did you do? How did you do that? So what I'm going to do is take apart what you saw me do in the last video and we'll put the EL rope in. And I'll show you how you can cut this down quite easily to the length you want. I've got 3 meters of it here and it's 1.3 millimeters in width. So if you're going to do this yourself, the reason I picked that width is so that it can fit in between these little bits here. And when we have the actual grates over it, the grills, you're going to be able to screw it down no problems without it holding. So first thing I need to do is take this thing apart. And there we go. That's the old flux bands and the bulbs taken out. Both sides of the bulbs. The bulbs here, I am sending them to someone. They wanted the blue bulbs here. I can't send the top ones though, because these aren't the blue ones. These are the copped up ones that they sent us, which were white, I believe, something like that. So that's that off and completely ready to start putting the EL rope in. Okay, now ideally what I'd like to do is feed the EL rope underneath here, so that you don't see any wire on this bit here. Unfortunately, these these haven't got a through channel through, so I can't just put the rope in here and come out the other side. I know a lot of people have suggested that, but I can't. So basically what happens is when these flux bands are going to be on the vehicle here, I am going to have some wires coming out here, which are going to be glowing up, but to be honest with you, we're going to be having the grill under here anyway, so you're not really going to notice it anyway on each side, and if it is noticeable, I will just paint that black. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. But all we need to do is figure out what side we're going to have the connector on, which is going to be this side here, and obviously this is going to be going in sort of like a loop motion. Little bit like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the bottom down here. I don't know if you can see this on one of the cameras. And then we're just going to follow it through the unit all the way to the other side, pin it to the bottom and then cut off the excess. So the first thing I need to do is to put this side, just making sure I've got plenty of slack here. Yeah, we have. I'm going to secure this side underneath the vehicle. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Now, because we're going to be having the actual plug side of this with the other plug side, it's going to be coming out this side. This will be the first side that I'm going to be dealing with over here. And all we do is, I've just created a little bend in this here, as you can see there. And I'm just going to put this into, this unit here, just like that. And then I'm going to put the top over it there. I'm trying to do it so that I can make sure I'm not covering this screw hole over this side here, because obviously we're going to need to screw that in. But that's gone in perfect there. Put this in. Right, we've got that in. That's all looking good. So what we do is I'm going to be flipping the vehicle over now. God, this thing is heavy. If you ever want to work out, just build a DeLorean. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these flux bands in the vehicle where they're going to go, and I'm going to help it along here just with some masking tape to keep it in place so I can make sure that I'm putting the right amount in and I've left the right amount of slack down the bottom. So I know you can't see this off camera at the moment, but you will start seeing it as I'm feeding it across the vehicle here. So we'll continue doing this. Don't worry about the tangles because obviously this is just the loop ends down here. You'll be able to untangle it from the other end, if that makes sense. So, masking tape is your friend. Okay, let's get some more. Excellent. Looking good, looking good. I'm pretty happy with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this all the way around. You can never use too much masking tape. This is just so I can get the flux bands exactly where I want them. And also to make sure that they're not bent or anything. So put that one in there as like that. Excellent. And then all we do is we're going to go straight across this now. Just like that. Now we're going to be putting the tops of these on just like this here and here, but you still want to have the reinforcement of the pins there, which means that these little bits here that we had, if you can see, we need to put these back in, but this time we put them in with no wires. So I'll put these in now. So then once that bit's in just like that there, all we're going to do is put that in the little pinhole there. Just like, whoops, get in there, just like that. We can pinch it together however we want, and we're just going to put a screw into the top here to keep that pin down. And obviously the harder you screw it, the more it's pinning that down. Looking good. And that's that one done. So then all we have to do is just put this over the top. Now if you wanted to, you could just cut a little channel on each side of this, but I'm not doing that. I just want it pinched so that I can have this down, no problems at all. I'm going to do the same to the other side now. As you can see, the actual hole between them is hardly anything, so it's not going to be like too much to actually blot out if I have to blot out a little bit of light there. But we'll put this one in now. Screw that in tightly. Okay, so that's those two bits on top there. We are going to have another unit going over the top here, just so you know, but then all I'm going to do is just feed the last of these flux bands just down the side here. And once again, I will be using my oh, it's all getting tangled. I will be cutting that in a second. I think just one of my screws just went flying off there. I'm going to need that. So yeah, once again, I'm going to use the masking tape just to put the flux bands in the channels where they're going to go on each side here. So I'll put these down like this. And the last but not least, we've just got these bits down this side here. And then we're going to turn the thing back over again. And once we've done that all the way around, I'm going to turn the thing back over again. So now, as you can see, I've got two bits coming out of this now. We've got one, which is going to plug into the power. And we've got one, which is really long, which only needed to go into there. So we can actually cut this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cut EL rope. And it's dead easy. I'm just going to plug it in to make sure that the actual light is working on it. There you go, it's on. It's hard for you to see it's on, unless I turn the light out. As you can see, it's on. Now, to cut EL rope, all you have to do, I'm just going to make sure I'm lining this up exactly where it needs to go. It's going to go about there, just like that. So I need probably about that much. It needs to be cut about there. Make sure you cut the end, if you are cutting it, with the little blob on the end of it. Don't cut the other end. Now, this little blob on the end here, all that's doing is just keeping that dry if it gets wet. But theoretically, I should be able to get my scissors to any part of this end, cut it off, and as you can see, the light stays on, and the bit that I've cut off turns off. But I will need this little bit here just to keep it in there. So I'm going to cut off what I need. There we go. I've taken the little blob off the end of the other one there. So it's just a case of pushing this in. Just like that. And there we go. That's all cut down. Now I'm just going to put these two bits in this unit here. And now that's in, the last thing we've got to do is just secure these things, once again, back onto the back of the vehicle here. There we go, that's what it looks like on the back there. And it's going over the top on the other side there as well. But I just realised here, where I was going to paint the wire out before, I don't think I am. I like the idea of all that engine glowing up with that wire as well. I mean, it's going to be hidden anyway by the things that go on top of it, but wow, that's going to look pretty cool. As you can see, we've got the flux bands on the back there, and they're all working around the front there as well. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. I think the only bits that I'm probably going to have to do something about once I see what the solution is just that bit in the middle there. Or do I keep it? Who knows? But there you go. That's how you do it. So nice and easy. So the next part will be out probably Monday, not Thursday. It's probably going to be out on Monday. That's issue 107. And we'll start putting the grills over the top of that eel rope that I've just put in there. Anyway, I like the look of that. That came out really well. I hope you like that video. Take care.